Morning, everyone. Afternoon. Good evening. Wherever you're tuning in from. These days, there's people they're trying to put on Mars, so you don't know who's tuning in, and where they're tuning in from. But this is Chip and Chip.
Okay,
Long
now
time. What happened?
did you write that down or something? Did you have that prepared? Did you do some homework for once?
Chip and Chin is always off the cuff. Yeah, we don't do what you do. Yeah, have a monologue ready. Yeah, of quotes that I'm going to say today about the tactical stuff that I'm going to read or say out. Yeah, we go off the cuff, me and Gene. That's why we're naturals. Yeah. If it wasn't for Chip and Gene, there would be no 11, 12,000 followers, subscribers. Say that.
I have to look. One thing I'm not is I have to have right. This is why I want you, the likes of you, to engage with me. You never engage with me on Twitter because you have to write things every time. You have to get it checked. Because if you actually engage with me on Twitter, then you start coming out with stuff like 3-2-1-5-6. You think we've got 13 players on the pitch. You know what I mean? This is why I wanted you on the screen today. Putter, you got no. Don't leg it. Don't leg it off the stream. I know we've got people who leg it off the
I
stream on
promise
our
you, I've
channel.
got some Wi-Fi.
You don't leg it. I've got
I've got
confidence
some
in you.
Wi-Fi issues today. I've got some Wi-Fi issues today. But anyway, all is good. Guys, we'll go into it. Welcome everyone in the chat as well. Make sure you like and subscribe. All our regulars, Ali Yay, from Billy to Hamza to Liam to Gurge, everyone that's in the chat. Make sure you like and subscribe. Anyone that is I was about to say performing. What is it? Anyone that's what is not preserving? What is it? Anyone that's observing Ramadan. Hope everything's going well. Hope you're in tune with your prayers and everything. And I believe Monday, Tuesday is Ramadan. Asim.
Monday for us.
Monday.
Eid, not
Eid, you
Ramadan.
mean? Eid, you mean?
Asim will be showcasing a feast of food as his wife's a very good cook. Michelin star standard by the pictures, Asim. I must say, Michelin star.
I'm still waiting for the honor to host the chip.
You'll host him. As long as we get that platter with all the meats, the lamb chops, the fish, the kebabs. But anyway, guys, let's get into it. It's been quite the week, Gene.
Avi, I'm sorry to interject. I know it's your show and you're hosting, but your biggest fan, got like a drive-through job at McDonald's or something. At least throwing super chats these days. I'm not complaining. Big up Ali. He's always, whether he's throwing super chats or not, but it's nice to see, man. We need an Avi bomber today. But Ali, thank you very much.
He follows us up. He follows up with this.
He's allowed to, man. He's allowed to.
Ali's an anomaly. He's an anomaly, a bit like some of our players at the club. But Gene, I want to get into it. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Monday, Tuesday. We did a show on Tuesday after a few weeks out. It was all set in stone. Yep. Supposedly that he signed a contract with Madrid. Leaks had come out through Relevo, through Darius, through Marca, through all Spanish outlets. But today, Melissa Reddy, who used to be very in tune with Liverpool news until she became a Manchester United correspondent, or she started working, with a different media outlet that covers Manchester United more, she scored or poured a little bit of water on that confirmation by saying there's no agreement in place, no discussions have taken place since January, and it's as we are at the moment. Stalemate. Liverpool and Trent are apparently still negotiating. Real Madrid are lurking. But is that just a little ploy to put out an article out there? Or are we still led to believe that Trent will be a Real Madrid player?
Avi, come on, man. You're old enough, number one, and wise enough to know the game here. He obviously he's realised everybody's seen the amount of stick that he got online when that sort of news broke a couple of days ago. So look, covering your track sort of thing. James goes, apparently Trent U-turn could happen. I've seriously doubt that. I just think it's a ploy to try to calm down the fans in terms of going for him, or that then have some hope sort of thing. Look, we ain't stupid. We know how it works. This isn't a Gerrard sort of moment where you're going to see him make a U-turn or just like this. I can't see that happening. I think he's off. He's already decided.
Yeah. Do you know any gangsters in Liverpool, Shane?
I'm not the gangster type. I'm sure Harvey does. He's linked up with the mafia everywhere, especially now he's in America. He's got it all boxed off and he's got it all patterned everywhere he goes. So this is our Harvey. But honestly, I can't see any sort of U-turn, man. I don't know if you guys think I think it's a ploy to sort of calm us down. But come on, man, yeah, he is off. He wants to move. He actually wants to move. Gerrard was slightly different. He wanted, from the club's perspective, to see, if the club really want him. How much more does the club want him to stay? They get offered him the vice captaincy. What reports that were led to believe 325k. You're playing for a team that's just literally won the title. You are the poster boy, the main guy now, who's going to be, taking over the role as captaincy in a couple of years' time. And then for them to still want to leave, it doesn't make any sense at all. He's out. He wants out. Chutti, mate, like I said in the previous show, let him go. I've got no issues with him. If he wants to leave, let him go.
You said it for the best part of 14 months, so credit to you. You've always maintained that the trend will be up. Asim, coming to you then with Melissa Reddy's article. Nothing in it then? Pretty much, is it set in stone that he's gone? The generational talent that you repeatedly say on your Twitter timeline, is he off and away to the Los Blancos?
Of course, Avi. For the guy who wanted to play this whole affair out in private and not in public, you have to draw a line somewhere. You have to come out at some time. And he's done the famous, celebrations and stuff like that. But we need clarity. We needed clarity a long, long time ago. The message was clear from Salah and Van Dijk. I know they came out and said we're more out than in. Van Dijk only recently said, like, the guys who are telling you that the deal is done is lying to your face and all that sort of stuff. But the message from all the journalists and the message from the players in terms of their enthusiasm to even discuss the contracts. Yes, there was a game of chess going on and stuff like that. But although a lot of big profile pundits mentioning no names, he's called Jamie Carragher, they especially criticized the likes of Salah about playing out in public. But the thing is, the crux of the matter was, especially when it comes to Salah, because he was a bit more open compared to Van Dijk, is he wanted to stay. Liverpool fans are looking at Trent, not just this week, for a long, long time to say, okay, what is your stance? Because all the journalists, all the headlines, all the rumor mills are full of it that you want to play for Real Madrid. And as a vice captain, that's the crux. That's the big, big issue for me, Avi. You're a vice captain and you've done about 1 or 2 interviews in the last 6 to 12 months. That's beyond ridiculous. That's irresponsible. Not just as a player who wants to go, it's irresponsible as a vice captain. If you still want to go, you've still got a responsibility to your team to drive your team forward in a title-winning season. And I've seen too many instances where he's been pissed off at coming on. Every player is pissed off. It shows you that they want to play. They want to stay on the pitch. It's a mentality thing. I get it. But when you've got all the cameras in front of you and there's your Trent Alexander-Arnold that you sort of bring on a lot of headlines as it is because of the high-profile player you are, you have a certain responsibility. I've used that word a lot in the last 2 minutes, but that's what it is, Avi. You have a responsibility to give the answer to the fans because the fans are in the panic stage because, whether you're a local lad, you've got an extra affiliation, an extra connection towards the player, I get that, but you're also going for free. And I also want to touch on one more point in regards to Jamie Carragher. He said that, him going on a free is okay because Liverpool, didn't spend any money on him. That's absolutely ludicrous. It's beyond pathetic as well. So what if we didn't play?
I want to come on to something similar to that, but carry on.
Yeah, but I just don't get that point because we nurtured him, we developed him, and he came free through the academy. It doesn't matter. The point is, right now, he's a 70, 80 million pound player, and for him to go is on the club. It's not on the player. But as a club, again, that word, you make sure you do not get into that situation. But for Jamie Carragher to say, because it's an FSG thing to say, I'm calling it out as it is because it's saying it's okay. I don't mind if he leaves. The ideal situation is at 80 million pound. If Van Dijk went for 75 million, and it's like we getting 75 million for Van Dijk. The thing is, so if Coutinho went for 11 million or 12 million that we bought him for, and we didn't get 142 million, it was okay for him to go for 22 million because we made 10 million on him. It's ridiculous. You have to judge the player on the situation as we see or we're in now. And Trent is a 70, 80 million pound player. Some people might say he's got a bigger value that in the transfer market, and Liverpool are losing him on a free. So all the anger, all the tension, all the panic is all justified from Liverpool fans. But going back to the player, back to your original question, is if he wasn't off, the noise is so much that his team or himself come out and diffuse the situation, and he hasn't diffused it. And if the longer he's in silence mode, the writing's on the wall.
Want to come back to you, Asim. Asim, say, hypothetically speaking, say if we were just sort of tethering on 3rd and 4th this season, won a League Cup, would we begrudge Trent the same as we're doing now, or would we say, okay, fair enough, if he wants to go on a free, he's seen a season with Arne Slot, he thinks it'll take time. We as fans think it'll take 2-3 years before we can really go again at Arsenal or Man City. Would we begrudge him as much then if it was that situation where we were fighting for 3rd, 4th and had just maybe got a League Cup out the way?
It'd be easy to stomach. It'd be easier to understand. The thing is, Real Madrid are always Real Madrid, whether you're 6th or 4th or 1st. They'll always, you have to understand it. I know Gene said from him, Liverpool is the biggest club in the world, but that's more of a fan, pure 100%, passion perspective. In terms of history, in terms of prizes, it's a fact that Real Madrid is Real Madrid, and it's not the first time our players have left for Real Madrid. But yes, it'd be easier to stomach because you don't understand it. Like, for example, McManaman leaving. Look at the situation that he left us in. Who was going to begrudge him of winning 2 European Cups? I think 1 or 2 league titles as well. Whatever it was, the situation. You think, okay, look, as long as, even though you're a local lad, just go. But I think initially pissed off a lot of people. She mentioned the interview that he had. What's her name?
The Ballon d'Or one. The Ballon d'Or.
Harriet Pryor.
Yeah, Pryor. The ex, she used to work for Anfield Rap, didn't she?
Harriet.
Yeah, Harriet. And there's 4 options there, and you choose the Ballon d'Or. Now, he is very individualistic. It comes across, even his play is very individualistic.
Isn't that the modern game? That's the modern game, though. If we're saying that the footballers of the 90s, the loyalty that they would show, even the foreigners that would show loyalty, I don't want it to be just a local Scouse lad. I think that's a very lazy narrative agenda that we all have. Because there were foreign players that, like, look at Bergkamp, could have played for anyone around the world after, during his time at Arsenal. Could have moved back to Italy or gone to Spain, played for Barcelona or Real Madrid, stayed at Arsenal. Other footballers as well that have shown similar kind of loyalty. Hippier could have played at the world's best stage as well. Other better footballers than that, whatnot. But Asim, in the modern day now, because the football career is so short, because they're breaking through very quickly as well, like Trent broke through at 18, I think footballers and their agents have a plan in place, which is like a 12, maximum 15-year career. But say a 10-year career where they want to hit, they play for their local club, like Trent has played for 7 years at Liverpool, and then he wants to go off to the next path and adventure and destination. Because we know social media, it's quick. We know now, times life is so short now, and life is so quick and fast-paced as it is. Don't know how that's worked out, but life is so fast-paced that youngsters or players, they want to find that next challenge. They want to find that next.
I get it. Well, I mean,
has a part to play.
Yeah, maybe a bit, but then you can't have it both ways, Harvey. You can't sit there on numerous interviews and say you idolize this player, your dream is to become a Liverpool captain and all that sort of stuff, and take the perks of and having that connection and giving so much to the fans, and the fans give so much to you because it's a two-way relationship. It always is. You take all that in and then do this. Now, I'm not saying, whether he left. You asked that question, if we were languishing in 5th, 6th, mid-table, like, previous years, and then left, it would have been easier to stomach. There is probably no right way for a local lad when all the sentiment, there's no right way, but there's better ways of handling things. And I think he should have done that. If he came out even last year and said, look, this is how I feel, a father figure was Jurgen Klopp was a father figure for me, and this and that. And maybe, look, we were looking too much into that reaction on the last day of the season. But Avi, that's my biggest, qualm with him, is that he didn't come out and give us clarity. I don't get this. If you thought that one of the generational talents, our most prized asset in terms of value, was going to leave through the back door, then you are one of the most naive individuals for thinking that. It was never, ever going to be played out like that way. And what made it worse for him is Salah and Van Dijk were in the same boat in the same summer. And the whole news, week in, week out, was all about these 3 contracts. Arnie Slaughter's probably done about 40 press conferences. He's probably got the same question 40 times as well. So, but look, what you have to say is we blame Trent for handling the situation in the wrong way. We also have to blame the club for letting this happen. I don't get this. How many times have we heard this? John Henry has come from America. Billy Hogan has come from America to sort this deal out.
Chips come from America. Chips come from America to sort this out.
From America. Well, how many times have we done that? You're not telling me whether it's Julian Ward has gone out of the club, Michael Edwards has gone out of the club, Schmatka was running things on the beach. Nobody looked at these contracts and said, you know what? Get the fuck over to UK and sort these contracts out. You're telling me they couldn't do that? It's negligence, it's criminal, and it's a load of other words as well, Avi.
Avi, 1 second. Yeah. You mentioned, you actually mentioned, in modern day football, in the comments, people have mentioned there's a flip side of it, that you've got the likes of Salah and then Van Dijk, 2 of the best players in the world in their positions, right? Who both of them practically could have gone anywhere if they really wanted to. They could have chased the money if they wanted to, but no, they've shown real loyalty to this football club by staying, by taking, rejecting stupid amounts of money to stay at this football club. So this notion that modern day footballers will leave at a certain time, they have a plan in place. Yeah, Trent Alexander-Arnold manufactured his contract where it was 4 years.
There's a big disparity between Trent and Salah because they're 33, 34. Salah's going to be 34.
They can still leave though.
Trent is still 26. But Trent is still 26. He's new school.
They can still leave.
He's still the new school. Salah and Van Dijk are that hybrid of youngsters, but still have that old school mentality as well. Like, we want to start a club for longer. Salah had a lot to prove as well, by the way, when he came back to Liverpool. Because of the Chelsea stint, because he's been in Europe. Van Dijk, that was the next stage for him, wasn't it? From Southampton to that next stage to play for a much bigger club in the Premier League. And he came to Liverpool and whatnot. With Trent, because everyone is going on about that he wants to be this global icon, which I believe he's that already. He has a lot of designer deals. He's always at Paris Fashion Week. He's always at the Monaco Grand Prix. I believe he's a global icon already. I don't know whether moving to Real Madrid propels that even further. It may do. It may do because he's around the Bellingham, the Mbappes. It probably does. But all this notion that he wants to be a global icon, I think he's that already. I just think these footballers now that are coming through, I think even Marcus Rashford, if he had his head screwed on, I don't think he would have been a United player. I think if Real Madrid came looking for him, if he was in form, I think he may have.
Barca did want him. There was a time Barca wanted Rashford.
At 26, I think he may have jumped ship. I just think this modern day of these notions, these players that are coming through now. Now look at Jude Bellingham. Yeah.
Adi, look, you mentioned icon. With respect to Trent Alexander-Arnold, there is no bigger icon, arguably in world football, bigger than Mohamed Salah. There's not many players. You could probably say Messi and Ronaldo are probably the only 2. Who else is bigger than him in terms of iconic status? Salah is arguably one of the biggest in the world. Yet, who got offered stupid amounts of money, but still said no. So it's not about iconic status. And yes, you mentioned Trent Alexander-Arnold in terms of icon. He's nowhere near the big boys in terms of iconic status because he doesn't have that level. Yes, he does the shows. I've seen him go to Cannes and Monaco. You mentioned, but yeah, maybe Mbappe early goes fair. But really, there's not anybody else out there. Salah still wants to stay at Liverpool when he could go and make stupid amounts of money, have even more clout in the Arab world if he wanted. But no, they still want to stay. They still want to prove themselves. Why? Because they're committed to this football club. They've shown loyalty to this football club. Whereas Trent, who you actually expect a lot more loyalty, who got the vice captain's armband ahead of Salah. And that's a big thing. And for the Salah to still say, okay, TK, I still want to stay. That tells you how, and this is why we have to regard Salah to a different level, because he still wants to stay at this football club and take this football club to the next sort of level. That's the way I see it. And whereas this guy, he was selfish in a way to manufacture that 4-year deal. Look, if he wants to, if it was selfish on his part, but if he manufactured it in a way where the club were going to get something at the end of it, okay, you know what, you can sort of get it. He didn't even do that. That was total selfishness from my side, the way I see it.
No, that's totally fine. But with the captaincy, Gene, I just want to come on to that. I think that was, remember, Klopp was big on the longevity thing. Whoever's been at the longest in the club would get the captaincy. I think he was next in line because I may be mistaken, but he broke through in the 2016-17 season. The season before
Salah was already in the team. No, Salah was already in the team.
Salah came in 17-18.
The first, Alexander-Arnold's first ever assist was to Salah.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. That ball when Salah headed it over.
No,
that was his first assist.
His first in the League Cup. No. Trent had been playing a season before Salah came in. Not regularly, maybe.
Maybe might have played a one substitute. I can't really remember.
Klopp was big on that though, because Salah joined in the summer of 2017, but Trent already had his debut in 2016. So it was the longevity thing. That's why, and plus, I'm sure the local Scouse lad thing.
Van Dijk came after Salah, by the way.
I don't agree with that. I thought Salah should have been captain. And look, I do believe Trent does showcase leadership skills. There's games where he's taken by the scruff of the neck and hit winners for us. Last season under Klopp against Fulham, there's been a couple of games early on in the season where he's just taken that game. We've seen it in that COVID season as well. So he has got the captain material. Look, I don't want to spend too much time on the Trent, but Billy says something, Chino. I want to come back to you. If you get offered a better job with higher wages and more perks, why would you stay? I've absolutely no ill will towards Trent and find it extremely strange that grown-ass men are abusing him. We haven't abused him as a channel.
I don't abuse him.
Yeah.
There
has been a bit of notion that, fans, obviously, he's a snake, he's this, is that. You're entitled to your opinion and it's respected. But this.
Look, I'll be honest with you. For me, it's not about abusing the player. It's what Asim mentioned before. You don't come out and say, there's how many players had really had murals about them. Trent's got a mural about, about the dream of playing for Liverpool. All that, when you put all of these things into bring them into play, then of course it's going to get the fans riled up. You speak about being the captain of this football club for many, many years. The Scousers will feel that he's one of their own, all that type of stuff. We sing about him being one of our own in terms of, and yet you still have for him to come out and have manufactured that sort of moon. You can understand why there's uproar. Look, I understand Trent in a way wanting to go, but I completely understand the uproar of the fans. You don't say all of that and then manufacture and move away. You just, at least be open and honest about it to the fans who've supported you from day one. He could have just said, you know what, I want to leave, but I'm going to give it a year, win the title. And if he came out with it, he would have gone, yes, Asim's right, there's no right way of doing things, but I think we could have respected him a bit more. Right now, the way he's played it out is always going to have the fans on his back. And I don't blame them. Yeah. Sometimes the player deserves it. And from me, as I mentioned before, even probably no sentiment from me, because there's other players that deserve it more than him. And I will, like I said, I'll clap them off more than I clap Trent off. Trent will get a clap from me.
This notion about Ali says Trent isn't going for bigger wages. Of course, he's going for bigger wages. They might give you on officially 220 grand a week. That's what's been reported.
The 40 million signing on fees tell
exactly.
you that
Exactly.
Asim, I do want to come to you because there's a question aimed at you, and there's a super chat first I want to address. Ismail Akram, thank you so much. Hope Ramadan is going well for you. Do you think Trent will be there for the parade? I don't think he will be there. He will bottle it. Salah and Van Dijk should be, by the way. Asim, just want to come on this parade coincides with what I want to say. His legacy. What is his legacy at Liverpool? Will he be remembered as a legend or someone that ruined his legacy?
He had the potential to be one of the best players ever in terms of legacy for Liverpool Football Club if he stayed here. He's obviously ruined that when he goes. He's not going to be at the Steven Gerrard level. He's not going to be at the Kenny Dalglish level. He's not going to be at the Mohamed Salah level. So in that sense, yes, it's obvious if you leave Liverpool at the peak of your career, it's obviously going to have an effect on your legacy, isn't it? In terms of his status as a player, Avi, it changes nothing. He's one of the most influential players, not just for Liverpool. He's one of the most influential players this league, this country has ever produced. He's got more like assists than like these wonderful iconic midfielders, like more assists than Paul Scholes, for example. Is beyond ridiculous what he's done for Liverpool Football Club. And his biggest avid fans would say, look, he's won everything at Liverpool. What's he got left? He's going to win the second league title. He's won a Champions League. He's won numerous cups. He's given everything that he's had for the last 8-9 years for Liverpool. And now he's gone on to pastures new to the biggest club in the world. And that's what you can't begrudge him doing. Like, when what Bilal mentioned, that, this young lad, and sometimes, especially in society today, Avi, we look down upon this sort of thing. And if someone comes up and says, I'm going to challenge myself to go in different environments and stuff like that, generally speaking, in other environments, you say, hats off, I give it to you. This guy's got something about him. So we sometimes need to take away the sentiment. But for us to say, look, Liverpool fans don't have any reason to be angry and upset, that's wrong as well. You see, both things are true as well, and can be true.
What about, thank you for Brett Kraut for
all he owes the city. This is what I mean, Brett. It's
brilliant comment, that is, to be fair to him.
This is what I meant. He should have handled it. He could have handled it a lot better. And now we're asking these questions about, is he going to be on the parade? And I tweeted on that same day where the news came out, saying, and I tweeted a video of him going around and clapping the cop off on Klopp's last day. And I said, look, the reception is not going to be like this, nowhere near. And although the Klopp has got a lot of class, there will be a lot of fans who might not boo him, but will just, not raise their hands. So they're respectful in a way, but they're nowhere near, I've got the feeling of this guy needs to be applauded off and thanked for. In terms of his legacy, Avi, for me, he's one of the best players Liverpool ever produced. He's one of the best players that, for me, on a personal level, I think what he does on the ball is just, I don't think we'll ever see it again, especially from a right back. And we'll only see how important he was, when he goes forward. And for every fan, generally speaking, to be talking about how we're replacing him and how we need to replace him, how we need to get 2-3 players to replace him, it just shows you how important he was to the team.
Well, judging by your Twitter, you already found the player in Szoboszlai to fill his shoes in. So, we'll come on to that.
Ali was waving.
We'll come on to that. Asim is Mr. Popular tonight. MHS, thank you for tuning in. Asim, there was a report from Madrid. Reliable source that Trent was in contact with Madrid since 2023. How is this FSG's fault? Elaborate.
This is where I want the club to be ruthless. Everyone applauds Michael Edwards to show ruthlessness in the transfer market, no sentiment to players over the hill, the Hendersons, the Wijnaldums, the Milners, the Keiters, the Oxes of this world. So when you've got a player, this situation, I believe, and generally the consensus amongst Liverpool fans is that Liverpool knew this, and he's mentioned this day or a year of 2023. So he had 2 years left. And if Klopp is giving him as the vice captaincy as a gesture to get those Real Madrid thoughts out of his mind, then obviously it shows, it's a big sign that Liverpool and the manager and the club as a whole knew about this situation. But if you are not getting the good vibes from that player 18 months into that, into the last 2 years, what you do is you say, we're benching you. I don't give a crap who it is. And if you want to stay on the bench and if you want to stay in the reserves, so be it. And if you got 18 months and you're a world-class talent, you're not staying. You will give a proper answer to the club. And in that summer ahead of the Klopp summer, that when he left, if Trent left then and we've got a fee for him, 50-60 million pounds, I think the fans would have at least stomached it a little better. That's where I think whether he was gone in the last summer or even gone in 2023 when Klopp gave him the captaincy in that summer, you have to do something about it. I can guarantee you Chelsea would have done that. You've seen them.
Chelsea, the thing is, that's the difference though. Chelsea can do that, because Chelsea will go and spend. Chelsea will go and get rid of a player and go and replace him with £80 million worth of talent. They're slightly different. Liverpool, especially Trent, are different. We are going to, the truth is, Asim, we're not going to do that. And
it's true, but it's the mentality of the club as well, isn't it, Gene? It's the mentality of the club.
I get, but another thing that I'll tell you, if I came to you 18 months ago and I said to you, oh, I'm going to sell Trent Alexander-Arnold for 80 million, you would have flipped on me. You would have said, no chance.
It's a lot worse now, though.
He would have flipped 100 million. He would have flipped 100
You would have said to me, You would have said to me, I'm telling you now, Sim, I guarantee you, you would have said to me, Gine, I don't care. I want him for 2 years. Let him go on a free. That's what you would have said to me. I'm telling you, you would have said. I know you would have said, man.
The structure. You need the
You
structure.
defend Trent to
That's
the hill.
stupidity. That's
But you would have done
stupidity.
that because you would not be. For you to lose Trent, you could never stomach that, Sim. I'm telling you right now, 2 years ago.
But it would have been easier to stomach if I got 100 million in my hand.
Back then, mate, I don't think you would have said you would have agreed.
2 super chats.
Why no? Can I just quickly get why I find it easier for the 100 million is, again, if you were Chelsea, Avi, Gene, if we were Manchester City, I have trust in the ownership and the board to go invest. I don't have trust in these owners to go invest
fair.
because the narrative is, again, what Jamie Carragher was saying. Oh, this guy's got we got him for free, so it's okay to go on a free transfer. But go spend 70, 80 million to go to get a proper established right back. Do it. But I can guarantee you the narrative will be Conor Bradley is the most trusted right back at the club. The ownership, the board, the manager have got trust in him, and they'll go get a right back, which is 18, 19 years old, which I'm sure we'll come to. But big clubs go get an established talent to replace world-class talent, because especially when you come and replace the likes of Salah, Van Dijk, and thinking, you can't go get an 18, 19-year-old and expect them to be world-class within a year, because it's not going to happen. What we did with Salah and Mane and Bobby, it cannot happen because these players are generational. You can get very, very good players, but you're not going to get them. They come around every 50 years.
We have to address the super chat, and then we're going to move on because we'll talk about replacements as well, potential replacements. Luke, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for the super chat. Just think, though, the Real Madrid fans are ruthless. As soon as Trent makes a few mistakes, they'll be on his back. Remember how they treated Gareth Bale, big up BNR. Bale in the last 18 months didn't help himself either, though. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point, Avi. It's a good point. If you want the lifestyle, then you have to take. These guys showed no loyalty to Cristiano Ronaldo. And look at the joys that Ronaldo provided him. I think, they booed him, they whistled him. But these guys want instant success. But that comes with the pressures. If he wants to go that, I think he'll know that. He's been talking to his best mate for the best part of 2 years, of how he's going to be at Real Madrid. So he knows that. Let's see if he can handle it, because there won't be any time way back for him. Let's make no mistake about that.
Shane McGee, just one thing, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. But you, the one at the bottom, you with your cap with the little C, you can be your fucking co-host. You can be reading these out as well. Do everything. Asim's done all the talking. Asim's giving us the monologues. I'm just reading out the comments, and you're absolutely saying the Ram now.
I'm run out of tea.
Avi, listen. Let me relax in it. I'm winning number 20.
Only because you're
for me, that's more important. They're enjoying number 20. I'm enjoying number 20.
Jane McGee, thank you so much for tuning in. And again,
thank you, man. Big up.
That's always appreciated. This was his moment to take and make Liverpool his club. He's gambling on being a football icon compared to an LFC legend. There's a good chance he'll be neither now. Too many stars at Real Madrid, which is a great point. Fantastic and you can't really argue with that. Jin, anything on that?
No, that's a fantastic comment. He is gambling his legacy. Well, he has gambled his legacy at Liverpool, and to go to Real Madrid, we've seen many players go there and falter. Even Hazard. He was an unbelievable player here. Went there, flopped. Yeah, yes, he had his injury crisis, but he's a player that you never would have imagined would have flopped the way he flopped. And we've seen other players go there. Arjen Robben went from here, massive high, went there, didn't do it. He had to go to Bayern Munich to kickstart his career. But there's so many players that have gone to Real and it hasn't worked out. Look, I'm not going to wish him well. Just he wants to go. That's it. And if he believes that he is the icon that he believes believes that he's the icon that he believes he is, then good luck to him. Well, it's not easy going to Real Madrid and making it work, especially when you've got Chache sat there already. Like, these ain't small Chache. These are Chache that have won everything in the game. Champions Leagues, World Cups. And and saying that you're going to go and win a Ballon d'Or over the likes of Bellingham, Vinicius, Mbappe. You think the Real Madrid board and I think you're going to back you over them three. It ain't happening.
And someone mentioned a great point, Avi, before you go, about Coutinho. Arguably, our biggest success in the last 7-8 years has come after the sale of Coutinho. That 142 million. Imagine we said to him, okay, look, stay here at the club. I don't know how many years he had left. He probably had at least 2-3 years left on his contract. Dead for us to get 142 million for him. But even though we thought we lost our best player, and he was one of our best players at that time, and at the peak of his powers, but 142 million meant we got Alisson and Van Dijk, and then everyone knows what happened after that. So I know we weren't talking about those numbers, but as a club, especially with this self-sustainable model, it felt and it feels like every single year we're 2 players short. And then we take 2-3 years to get those 2 players. But when we do, we need the 2-3 other players as well that have been playing. We've been playing and run, their legs into the ground for the last 2 years. So we always 2 players short. And if you don't get a value from your biggest prize asset, especially in this day and age of PSR issues, and we haven't mentioned that point. And I'm not an expert in the finances, but I do know, especially with Man United, we're looking to sell Menu as well. When you do sell your homegrown players, it gives you a bit of a boost of how much you can spend on the other side. So imagine, getting 60-70 million from Trent. It probably give us, like, on the PSR side of things, probably 100 to 130 million to go and get, a couple of players and reinvest in this club, a team. And I know we're going to discuss it. We discussed it at length as well. There's so many glaring holes in this team. And if you're missing out on 78 players, £1 million on your best players, then it's going to hurt you, isn't it, Harvey?
It is. I just want to address Zane's super chat as well. He put a super chat in without a comment, and then he put another super chat. I appreciate it, Zane, so much. Another super chat with actually what he wanted to say. I have a cousin in Liverpool, and he said he knows people who grew up with him, and said he was never a die-hard fan, Gerrard type. Makes more sense with why he would be interested in Madrid. Any thoughts?
I have a cousin.
He's more of a mold of an Owen and a McManaman.
Well, Owen, like, they weren't born and bred on. They weren't born in Liverpool, were they?
McManaman was. Michael Owen wasn't.
Yeah, but McManaman, he didn't win anything, Avi. So, from his perspective, he was arguably one of the best. He was definitely one of the best players in the league at the time. And, we weren't winning anything. You weren't close to winning anything. Yes, we used to finish third. And him is slightly understandable. And to be fair, he went on a Bosman and he didn't get the shit because I don't think any of us understood what Bosman was at that time, because it was probably one of the first big Bosman deals that took place.
Yeah.
And we were like, we didn't even know what he was. Well, I remember him going and I thought, hey, Bosman ruling. We don't really understand. Obviously, we were young then, but now you actually understand what it is and what the clubs actually do to make it happen, especially like Madrid.
If we didn't understand it back then when McManaman left, we fucking understood it when Sol Campbell. We certainly understood it then. let me just put it out there. Asin?
Remember Jack Grealish? He signed a new deal for Villa to get 100 million.
Brilliant. Yeah, fair point.
That's what you call loyalty, giving something to the back.
That's the difference. This is the biggest issue I think most of the fans have is, all right, you can have a bit of greed, but give something back.
That's my issue. How can we accept what Jamie Carragher said? It's okay to go on a free. What the hell is that all about?
Really, if you're comparing him with the likes of Wijnaldum and Firmino going on a free, then yeah, but you know what? They were, they're giving their best years to us. If they were going to go on a free, we gave them their send-off, Matip, even, obviously, we got some money for Mane, but, he was over the hill. And even Mane, at least we got some money for him. Even though I loved Mane, we went at a time where you thought, we got 39 million for him. He wasn't a sort of same player. Fair, look, we gave him these dues, even though we never really got to say a proper goodbye. But the Blights of Firmino, they went on a free, no issues. This guy leaving at the peak of his power, it hurts, and that's the simple truth. But end of the day, I trust Arne Slot him, and I think that's the biggest thing for him to come in and take us to where he has. If he wants to go, see you later, mate. Goodbye.
We're gonna talk about the replacements, potential replacements. We're gonna name probably 3 names, and then we're gonna talk about maybe shifting Szoboszlai to right back next season. As he's done a thesis without some paragraphs.
No. Can we touch on it now?
Yeah,
this is what.
Can we talk about Kash? Look, General Riaz has tuned in today from Pakistan.
Who's General Riaz? Oh, Kash.
So I want to address this, and then we'll go on to Szoboszlai, and then we'll go on to what I've heard and the little murmurings in my scouting department at Liverpool. Asim, Jeremy Frimpong, ideally a fullback who plays in a 5. In a wing-back system. We saw it with Celtic when they had Kieran Tierney. When he was at Celtic, he's gone to Bayer Leverkusen. He's playing in a full-back system there, in a wing-back system there. Talk to me about him. Can he play in the back 4? Has he got the height to play in the back 4 as well?
No, but I've just got a weird feeling that there is genuine interest in there.
He's put up incredible numbers, by the way, in the last 2 years. Incredible numbers.
So, is he going to go back to flying fullbacks? Because that's what Kirkes and Frimpong are. Spare a thought for Konate and his hamstring, if that's going to happen. But then I need a physical monster in the middle of the park. And a Gravenberg, as well as he has, he's shown signs, especially in the last 2 months or so, that, you know, he's one, suffering from fatigue, and two, when we become up against really physical sides, you know, we struggle to control the game. So what do you do to control the game? Either get a physical specimen in the team or get a completely unbelievable press-resistant, you know, ball manipulator like someone like a Vitinha. But there's not many Vitinhas around, and there's not many, you know, big specimens that are technical, because you can't just go get a Kota. We can't get a Kota.
Yeah, we don't want a Kota.
We can't get a Kota. Are you going to translate Kota, Avi?
Donkey.
You say me. Yeah, you can't get a big donkey. Just go get a big donkey in the middle of the park, because it's not going to happen, because we have the ball most of the time. So we need someone with a brain cell. So that's not going to happen. But I feel like that maybe the Dutch connection, it also counts as a homegrown player, Avi. We have to point that out. He has got the legs. I don't think, you know, it works in terms of we're going to switch to a wing-back system. That's not going to happen. That is way too radical. You think my right-back shift, my right-back call of Szoboszlai is radical? Liverpool playing.
I think if we were to get a Frimpong, who would be the more marauding fullback who goes up and down, would we go for a more conventional defend first kind of left back? Dare I say it, a Jarell Hato rather than a Kirkes then?
That would work. That would work better. Sorry, it'd have more balance.
Do you know? Keep listening. He's assuming me now, yeah? Keep listening.
He's doing his homework. He's doing his homework.
You know, he's making it out like he makes it out like, well, he's just come up with his like something amazing. It's standard stuff, Avi, you know? What's that I'm coming for you, don't I? Mr. Avi the tactical. Avi's the tactical nowadays, man.
Explain to me, because Hato is more of his ideal position, his dream position is to play as a centre back. But at the moment, he's learning his stewardship in that left back role for Ajax hybrid. Yeah. Why would that be more suited? Explain.
Because when we get the ball, those three centre backs and split, Hato is comfortable in the wide areas. He's got recovery pace, and he can split. He can play a Guardiola, he can play a Ake, he can play a Calafiori type of role. And, you know, Van Dijk is very comfortable playing in central spaces, and then Konate can practically act as the right back. And when Trent or Frimpong or whoever the right back goes, you know, Konate is very comfortable in wide areas. So those three are acting as the defense. So that's why it works. But I like the idea of flying fullbacks against a really low block, because you do need, when you come up against a 5-4-1, a 5-6-0 at times, especially at Anfield, Avi, you need that overload in the last line of defense. And generally speaking, if you keep your 2 and 2 in midfield, your sixth attacker is the left back. And I don't like, that's why sometimes when you see Robertson in those inside spaces, you see Tsimikas in those inside spaces, in the number 10 position, you think, what the hell are you doing there? You don't get the ball. And when you do get the ball, you panic because they're just not technically gifted enough. So can Hato do that role? Can Kirkes do that role? Kirkes is probably better at that role. The ultimate prime example of that is left back is Guardiola, but Mendes, we had a brilliant example of it in both legs of how good he is. But it would work better. But Avi, this is why I want Kirkes and I want Hato as well, because I think Hato can do a job at left-sided centre-back as well, because I want Liverpool to give Van Dijk more of a rest next season. He can't play every single week in, week out. He's just going to catch up on him.
Providing he signs. Okay, then. Next question, back to Asim. You know, you've got it nice tonight. Where's that Kadri? Where's the Kadri? I said, could we see then? I said, could we see two Hungarian fullbacks then?
Oh, can I just explain to you? When I tweeted about Dominik Szoboszlai, did you read the tweet?
Yes, you said something like maybe
Give me
doing
the
some
word
shifts.
I used.
I think maybe doing some shifts at right back, potential
There
shifts.
you go. There you go. So when you use the term shifts, what does that generally mean? Like filling in.
Because
type of
now, 30 minutes, Ale Dwale, 30 minutes here, 15 minutes there sometimes. Yeah.
There you go. There
But
you go.
but you know the chip on Twitter. I'm gonna take that little sample size and I'm gonna expand it. I'm gonna make it
But
explode.
the reason why because Gene came out with that comparison of Valverde. Why did he make that comparison? When you watch Valverde playing at right back, playing in midfield, playing in advanced areas, when he's overlapping, underlapping, what is the thing that you make that comparison? You think, wow, because they can cover space, they've got running power, leg power, call it what you want. And when you are an advanced right back, which Arne Slot's right back is proven to be this season, you need the ability to get back in. And Szoboszlai gets back in. When he plays in the number 10 position, he jumps and let me finish. Please.
As an 8, as a 10, compared to if you were filling at right back, on the turn, back to goal, I don't think he can go quick enough on the way back.
Oh, yeah, could Trent do that? With respect,
Valverde
Trent do that.
Valverde is an anomaly. He can do it.
Okay.
Valverde does it because he's at ease in that position. He's known that position. To all of a sudden say, Szoboszlai, give me 90 minutes at right back, I can't see that against a big team.
Avi, we've seen Curtis Jones play right back and come into
Burnley.
midfield.
We were at that game. We were all at that game. Burnley at Anfield. Yeah, we were. For 45 minutes, he did.
But you tell me when Szoboszlai jumps on the press and then gets back in because he covers Trent a lot. If it's really faced up with a really dangerous winger, he comes across to cover Salah as well. You tell me when someone has stood up Szoboszlai, when he's come back and taken Szoboszlai on a regular basis. You tell me. You can't tell me.
No.
Why? Because when he gets back in, he gets really low. And that is one of a really good attribute of a right back. Getting low.
But okay.
You tell me. Someone tell me when he's been taken on.
My point is here, Asim. No. My point is here. Let me finish.
He's on.
Both bache. You wanted Valverde, innit? A tactico. Go on.
Listen,
tactico. Go on. Speak properly, innit?
Valverde and Szoboszlai tactically, technically, on every attribute, they're worlds apart, team.
Technically,
you can make the comparison. You can make the similarities. Hold on. Let me finish.
Forget Valverde.
You can't
talk about Szoboszlai playing in that position.
I am not Sarib. My name is not Sarib. Calm down. Valverde has been in this position for the last 3-4 years. He's learned that position.
In that position.
He's learned that position. I'm not going to use Szoboszlai, a player who's predominantly been a creative outlet throughout his career at Salzburg, Liefering, at Leipzig, now at Liverpool. All of a sudden, you want him to do a shift at right back. Second of all, that would smell that we've left ourselves short in that right back position. Yeah, which is probably more likely than not with our owners. But to play a right back role, Asim, the way we want Szoboszlai to play, I think we will lose so much with him even doing the shift there. Against top four opposition, okay, Doku has twisted.
Top four is different, man.
Hold on, we've seen Trent get turned inside out by Barcola, by Dembele. Yeah, Szoboszlai hasn't got those, like what your words, those flexes, those hip mobility. Szoboszlai hasn't got that. He's a bit of a robust regiment sort of kind of structural sort of specimen. He isn't built like Trent. Trent is still easy on the eye. He still can move. Szoboszlai isn't that. He's not quick on that turn. Almost like, I don't want to say it, but like maybe a slightly better version of Emre Can on the turn. But that's
give over Emre Can. Are you having a laugh? Do you watch
Avi, when you watch Emre Can,
bro.
When you watch Emre Can, you always thought he's carrying an extra few pounds.
100%.
Dominic Szoboszlai. It's been like you, Emre Can.
He needs the Olympics. In a deeper position, I don't even think he hasn't got the dynamism to play as a right back. In the 8 and 10 where he is now, it's perfect. We cannot be shifting him on that right side and being the right back.
Avi, you're missing the point. What I meant about shifts is if we're chasing a game, for example, and I'm going to give you a name here. Let's say we've got a Ryan Cherki on the bench, a more creative outlet. We're 2-0 down with 30 minutes to go. You put Szoboszlai at right back to go up and down that wing because he can. Slots mentioned it. He doesn't like taking him off because he's a machine. We all know he's got running power, a big attribute in an Arnie Slot team. And you've got a more controlled, more natural, creative outlet in the number 10 position, because that's one thing we all can agree with, that even though he's got better at overall during his career, I know there's so much context to put into it. Numbers wise, Szoboszlai needs to improve. Everyone needs to, but just doing 20-30 minutes, that's what I meant. Right back shifts, it's an option that we've got. What's the ideal situation? To go get a right back for 40, 50 million.
That's the worst case scenario that I don't want to even apprehend, because that would mean that we've left ourselves short. Liam Thornton, I was never saying about the running style. Szoboszlai is world's ahead.
I would rather have Americana
on the turn back to goal. On the turn defensively.
No. Okay, so no. Okay, so you didn't get back to me. So when he goes from number 10 position and he goes straight and counter presses on the halfway line, why does he slow down the attack? Why do teams go back again? Because nobody takes on Szoboszlai. Nobody takes him on.
We get
so why don't they take him on if he's so slow?
But halfway line and then going 10 yards deeper to defend.
I get it.
On the right, that's totally different.
I get it. It's totally different.
That's a totally different conversation. He's defending as the fourth attacker. When you've got Salah,
of course it's different.
You've got Salah, you've got Nunez, or whether it's Diaz, you've got Szoboszlai who's in that four, right? A little bit.
Of course it's different. Of course.
You'll cover that space between the halfway line, but you're wanting him to be a starting position from the right. If he's covering a 30-minute shift, he's not going to be playing at the halfway line and beyond. He's going to be playing a little bit deeper. If the ball is not with us, if we don't have the ball and the possession, if the opposition has possession, then they're going to be deeper on the right.
Okay, but you have to look at the cons, pros as well. That when you've got a really good player at a right back level in terms of technical level is very, very good, isn't it? He might not have the technical level at the number 10 position compared to someone like a Shirky, but a right back. And you tell me one of the biggest attributes Manchester City use, or forget Manchester City, Liverpool had when Trent. What attribute that we really miss when you come up against a really elite team who's got physical specimens in their team and they've got a very aggressive press? Newcastle and PSG are just your two recent examples. We missed that switch against Newcastle, because when you come and you tell me what Szoboszlai has got, he's got a range of passing, especially his long range. He's got a switch, hasn't he? You play Kwanzaa there.
I wouldn't say Szoboszlai's got a range of passing.
He's got a switch. He can strike a ball.
Well, we know he can strike a ball. It's not, unfortunately, he's not as often.
Well, he's got a better switch than Conor Bradley.
Yeah,
you tell me when was the last time Conor Bradley switched the ball? You go on YouTube.
He doesn't get the opportunity enough because he gets injured here and there. Look, Conor Bradley is not going to be a trend. Conor Bradley would no way be a trend.
What I mean is
different styles.
He's having an attribute.
Different styles, but we can't have this. I am not going to have this conversation about Szoboszlai even doing a shift at right back.
Okay. No, look, let me get this right. The ideal situation, and where we were talking about Trent and investing in the squad, the ideal situation is to go get an established fullback, a 40-50 million pound one.
Who would be your ideal right back away from Szoboszlai?
It is a shit market.
It's not.
It is a shit market.
It's not a shit market. It's not a shit market.
I think it is. The obvious one is in terms of being more established and played the games at the highest level is Frimpong, and we've just discussed him. But you tell me about Martin Fernandes. You came out with that name before anybody. You tell me why he is the right man. And the thing is, Avi, he's only 18 or 19 years old. Would you put him straight into the team?
He's 2021, I believe.
2021.
No, Avi, you tell us what Scout Nation told you. Don't tell you what he told you.
Martin Fernandes is a name. Is a name that I'm sure. Look, there's no doubt that we've looked at the Portuguese market for the last sort of 3-4 years, right? Even when Klopp was here, Martin Fernandes was a name that I got given. That keep an eye out. Worst case scenario, 19. Worst case scenario, the club, if Trent leaves, the club would be looking at him. There was another name which I will drop now as well, which I haven't dropped, by the way, on Twitter.
Wow. Martin, but before you drop it, Avi, Acheen, check the like count. We need some likes. There's nearly 800 people watching us across both platforms. Let me
I thought
tell you
Fernandez
how.
was 2021, Liam, but he's 19. Asim was told us.
96, man. Come on, boys.
No way.
Especially on here, there's minimum. Let me check.
We
If
have.
you guys want a bomber, if you guys want the bomber, the last 10 minutes of the bomber of our show, we need 200 likes. Otherwise, I'm not revealing.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's fair. That's
150,
fair, man.
150.
No,
Yeah,
200.
200.
200. We got FSD in the building.
Who do you think you are?
Like,
Smash
boys,
a
that's
like.
right. You're gonna,
For a
guys,
bomber, you
smash
guys
the
get
like.
me 200 likes. Asim Martin Fernandez, I've only seen a small sample size. I saw him a few highlights here and there. When I got given the name, I looked, yes, Scout Nation is a great YouTube channel to look at performances and look at youngsters. He looks a very accomplished footballer, Asim. He likes to cut in a lot. Like, he doesn't like going out wide too much. He looks as if he's got everything about him. You know what? He reminds me of a little bit of Alvaro Arbeloa. Someone who was very comfortable on the ball, could defend. No.
Arbeloa. Yeah, no, what the heck?
No.
I don't want
Listen,
Arbeloa.
Yes,
Listen.
Arbeloa marked
I
out
don't want
Lionel
Arbeloa.
Messi.
I don't want
I do not want Arbeloa.
Arbeloa. Let me tell you a
Playing
story
left
about
back.
Arbeloa.
Playing
You
left
two
back.
will remember.
Yeah, he did. Playing
Arbeloa
right back.
schooled Messi.
Playing left back.
He schooled Messi from left back position in the two
You're
Champions
not
League.
Arbeloa.
Yeah, but we're not
You're
going to play him at left
Come
back.
on, man.
He reminds me a little bit. Look, I thought Arbeloa was a really good right back.
I'm going to clip this
Yeah.
for tomorrow. I'm going to clip this tomorrow. Are we saying get an Arbeloa
Listen, I'm not
to replace Trent?
Guys, do not get me.
You telling me, Avi, you like the twisting? Put that watch tomorrow. I'm going to kill you on Twitter. When did you say this? 56 minutes in.
Do not get missed. Exactly. Thank you, Mohsin. He played for. He was a good. You lot are
Yeah, he played that
I
fucking
think you
choice.
two-
Gravison.
I
Gravison
think
played for
I
Real
think
Madrid.
you two are getting mixed up. I think you two are getting mixed up.
Gravison played for Real
I
Madrid.
think you two are getting mixed up with Josemi. Arbeloa was very accomplished.
Oh, I remember Arbeloa. I'm not getting mixed up with Modric.
Arbeloa-
I think I know my Liverpool team more than you.
When he came
And
in,
he only knows.
when he came in, I remember Benitez putting him against Lionel Messi in the Champions League ties, the two games.
I was at the game.
Outmarked him at home and away. And that was from a left back position. He played right back and he was very accomplished. And he had 2-3 good seasons, especially that 2008-9 season when we finished second. Arbeloa was very good for us. I thought he was a very good, dependable, consistent. Martin Fernandez has a lot more about him, but he just has that little sort of, I don't know, the structure about him, the way he.
Listen, Avi, is he better than Jed Spence, in your opinion? Be honest. Don't give me just bullshit.
Gina, you can't compare the two. One's playing in Portugal, who's just broken in this season. I know Jed Spence has been at Spurs for 2-3 years, but he has just come in the Spurs team. But
Is he better than Gray? Is he better than Gray?
Jed Spence is playing at left
back.
Jed Spence is playing at left back, though, not right back. You know?
I'm asking you, is he better than Gray?
I would rather want Fernandez.
Over Gray, yeah?
Over who?
Gray from Spurs. I like Gray.
Well, we aren't getting Gray. Yeah, but we aren't getting.
I'm not saying go and get him. Listen, I'm asking you if he's better than him. There's a difference.
We aren't getting Archie Gray.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying we're not going to buy him.
Archie Gray is destined to be a good central midfielder. He's playing centre back and he's playing left back and right back this season because of the injuries. He's not a defender, Archie Gray. He's got too much in his game to be a deep line defender. He's a midfielder. He will be alongside Lucas Bergvall, who's a great talent, by the way. He will be a midfielder, not a defender for me, not a right back. No. Archie Gray is a special footballer. Fernandez, back on Fernandez, Asim, I think Porto want a lot of money for him. It depends on whether we want to pay. I don't think we want to go.
Shall I? How much?
They would want up to 40 to 45. I don't think we want to pay more than 30 for him. But he has been closely scouted. Another player that came into my radar in the last 48 hours. This is an exclusive, by the way.
No, not yet.
No. The bomber's coming late. The bomber's coming later.
Avi, you mentioned 10 right backs.
Right, go on.
You are the worst ITK I know. You've mentioned 10 right backs. Obviously, you're going to get one right. And if you still get it wrong, guess what? You need mad.
No, I don't want
10 right backs.
No. This is
shit against the wall. Through all this shit against the wall. Can I catch one?
We started on the show, and that's it. Gas is coming out now. Absolute.
There you go, man. It's true,
absolute gas. Gina, the only player I want credit for if we get him over the line for right back, only player is Martin Fernandez. I'm just naming you players that I've been told. I don't want no credit for this next player. I don't want no credit for Frimpong. I don't want no player towards Guevara Reed. If we get Martin Fernandez, he's one.
I know which. Who this
He's the
gonna
one
be.
that I've tweeted about. Another player.
I know it's gonna be. I know which one he's gonna say.
Before I say it,
Can I guess?
Well, no, hold on. Before I say it,
Let me guess first.
No, let me repeat. The player that I want to say, if we go and get this player, I don't want no credit. I don't need credit. I don't have Twitter for credit and well done, Chip, for this and that, ITK, this and that. This next right back is a name that again we've
Can I guess that? Can I guess that?
Because we played him in the Champions League. Go on, Asim.
Martinez.
Arno Martinez, that's the next. Yeah, that's the player. But I don't want no credit. I don't know too much about him. So please, guys, in the chat. In the chat.
Billy, when Billy gave me his list,
Billy, tell us about Arno Martinez.
He had Arno Martinez on his list.
Billy can give us. I don't know.
Listen, I seen Billy's list. There's 25 names on it.
No, he gave me 4. He gave me 4. And I tweeted him.
I do not know too much about Arno Martinez.
I think it's more than 4 actually.
Billy will know. If anyone knows more about him, please ask in the comment. I will do a little scout watch on him on YouTube.
If you've been given a name, why didn't you go and check him out on YouTube at least?
Last 48 hours, I haven't had time, Hassan. I haven't had time.
Zach, I'm with you, mate.
Girona. It's Arno Martinez.
So do we like both of their left backs, full-backs then?
The Gutierrez one. I'm not sure about Gutierrez. I've never been given Gutierrez. Gine, repeating myself, I've never been given Gutierrez, by the way.
No comment.
Muju says I want Fernandez. I would like to see a lot more of this. Okay, here we go. Ash says Arno Martinez, a defensive right back, would be able to cover centre back too.
Now below.
Huh?
It's an hour below.
Would complement Kirkers going forward. So that's a name. So look, I have to
big up to Ash. He knows his players.
He knows his players. So Ash said that, TK. You know what? I'm a bit alright if we get him.
You know who's taken my sort of liking? Who I've taken a liking to? And I wish my source had told me about him.
What's your source's name?
He hasn't told me.
What's your source's name, Avi?
The player that I looked at after Dean Regan, who's on our Twitter and on our YouTube, who put a name out, Guevara Reed. I like him a lot. Guys. He would be ideal.
18 years old.
But he's brilliant. He's at Feyenoord. He bombs forward. Defensive work needs improving, but these days right backs and full backs are so.
Slot knows him as well.
But he's got an energy. He's got a running power on him. Gine, Guevara Reed?
Very good player, Harvey. Unbelievable. I watch so many videos of him. I watch him every week. Yeah. I want this Guevara Reed, bro.
He needs to have a little read about him.
Listen, Harvey.
I like him.
Relax.
Avi, I read.
I don't know who he is.
I read, Avi, in the top 7 league fullbacks with the most assists per 90. Guess who's second in that list?
Frimpong would be top, wouldn't he?
No.
Wow.
Assists per 90. Top 7 league fullbacks.
Reed.
Second is Martin Fernandez. Top is Guevara Reed.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. He's had a good season at Feyenoord.
Then the third one is.
I watched him more the last 48 hours.
Is third on that list.
And just to look again, guys, I want to address this. This is why the chip is away from the ITK. I don't want credit for Arno Martinez or Guevara Reed if we were to sign them. The one that I will take credit for and the flowers for, which Gene will give me, flowers wrapped up with Dubai chocolate, is Martin. Martin Fernandez. Check how my games Reed has played. How many games?
Yeah, he won't have played. That's why Trent's probably not on that list.
I said, have you seen a bit of Guevara Reed?
Compilations.
Yeah, and he looks good. He does. Who would be your ideal right back option? And are we sleeping on Bradley? Does Bradley make a play?
Look, if Bradley wasn't injury prone, 100% Bradley would be my choice. I'll be honest with you. It's just his injury record isn't good enough. And Asim spoken about his physicality in terms of the way he plays the game, and he's always going to get injured, and that's our biggest issue with him. Because he's an unbelievable right back. He's played in this side. He gets it. He understands. And he'd be an unbelievable right back if he would manage to give us 30 games over the season. Even if he guaranteed us 30 games, he starts. But he doesn't. Every few months, he's always out for 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. The amount of times he's got injured is simply not reliable enough. But I like Jed Spence. If you mentioned to me, I would love for us to go for Jed Spence. I really like Aina. I'm not, Avi. I know you don't. I know we're not going to get him. Before I'm trying to say this, I know we're not going to get him, but I would like Aina. If we're going to buy Kirkes, I want Aina right back.
If we get Aina,
I'm telling you, Avi, if we signed Aina and Kirkes and it's a free transfer, it makes sense, Asim. Because if the market isn't amazing right now, right, and we can bring in a free transfer like Aina, who's prem proven, who's gonna do his job, and isn't the full flying fullback that's gonna allow Kirkes to go if we sign him, then it's a good deal to make. That's my take on, and it makes sense. I really like him. Wait a year means going to bring in a proper fullback who you really want. And I can't see Liverpool. One thing that we won't do as him is go stupid. We're not going to go and buy somebody for 40, 50 million quid and be not 100% sure in, because the board have proven in the past they will wait for their player if the market isn't right. And if they've got other positions that need sorting out, they will do that. And Aina fits the bill. They did that with Endo, they waited, and obviously Gravenberch filled that position a year later. I think they might do that with the right back position, especially with the market being so crap.
The problem,
29,
something like that, yeah.
It would smell. It would smell of BS from the ownership, basically. If you got
Why?
Not for me.
Avi, Conor Bradley is a better right back. Conor Bradley, Avi, right now is a better right back than Martin Fernandes. He's a better right back than Guevara Reed. The only problem why we are all agreed upon that Conor Bradley shouldn't be starting as the first right back at the club is because his injury record. So it does make sense. I see where China has come from. If that means getting Aina,
but Bradley may never be able to stay fit. He might just be one of those players like Rob Jones who just has injuries. We had Rob Jones like that, and his style is very similar. The style is very similar.
Avi, is Martin Fernandes ready to start for Liverpool week in, week out then?
If you got Bradley, who'd be 21 or 22, whatever he is. You got Martinez Fernandes, who'd be 20 by the time he goes. You rotate, isn't it?
And you got Szoboszlai as well.
You got Bajicic.
You got
Bajicic at right back. You got Bajicic.
Ask him honestly.
I like that idea.
We need. Oh yeah, ask him starting again. But you must play fucking Salah right back. It's Ramadan. Don't make me swear, bro. He wants to play Dominic Szoboszlai right back. Bajicic right back. Tomorrow he said Diaz right back. So
yeah,
honestly, only tactical.
You really Diaz has played left back for us. Diaz has played left back, hasn't he? Hasn't Diaz played left back for us?
Avi, I agree with
hasn't Diaz played left back for us?
Listen, you've had
Tomorrow he's said Darwin Nunes right back.
Tell me, yes or no? Yes or no? Has Diaz played left back for us?
Oh, you're at 10 minutes, man, here and there.
That's what I mean. It's
no, but you always give us this, but always. Anyway, it's Ramadan. I'm going to chill out.
Give me your thoughts.
I'm going to chill out. Ask him. You probably want him to play next week.
I honestly don't. I don't want to refute it, but I don't think we'll be in for Aina. I think we will get an established young right back to provide competition, healthy competition for Conor Bradley. At the same time, we will allow Conor Bradley to develop, his body to develop, and get a young right back like a Martin Fernandes, and he will be developing as well at the same time. I think we'll have a lot of rotation.
That makes sense.
We will have a lot of rotation.
Gene's argument makes more sense because Aina might be 28, but he's more experienced.
Has Aina?
So you can't say I want to start Bradley and develop him and bring another youngster to develop him as well. Who are you going to develop?
Can Aina play at the highest level?
Well, he's got more proof in the pudding than compared to Martin Fernandes. He's playing in the Premier League.
Fernandes playing for Porto, you're a big club.
And he's played Nottingham Forest. They're third in the league.
They're having an anomaly of a season. I like that word tonight. They're having an anomaly of a season.
Yeah, but he's more proven, isn't he?
Junaid, you know who's a good name? This guy of Crystal Palace. He's impressed me.
Decent. Yeah, decent. Played to get well against.
If you're turning your blind eye on, if you're saying Aina, this guy's probably better. And you're moving.
Avi, listen.
His eyes.
Listen to me. Listen, no. Listen.
Isn't he more of a wing back as well?
Yeah, of course he is. Yeah. So the reason, I
He
mean,
plays in
it's
the
not
form
that.
for Zambia.
Okay.
Avi, he's 29. Go on.
Tim says he's a wing back.
I thought
That's
he was
what.
younger.
Chup.
My bad.
Chup.
My bad.
I'm sorry. Thank you. There's reasons why I said Aina, because he's a free transfer. There isn't a great market for right
Hello,
back.
Mr. Tijani Modibo from Nigeria, Lagos.
That's
I am
Avi,
Nigerian.
that's your.
I am
Avi, that's your.
Nigerian. I am Nigerian. I don't like Aina close to Liverpool. There you go.
That's his opinion. That's fine. You can have an opinion. He might not.
But he
Listen.
wants more-
Ideally, I'd want us to go and buy
He
somebody,
wants Aina
but
more than
I
you
would
have.
understand if we did that.
Big up the Super Eagles. Big up. Okay.
Avi, your theory didn't make sense.
No. I think you can have two quality right backs, similar age, fighting for it because there will be plenty of game time. Asim. Bradley,
Two quality right back.
we are not all of a sudden expecting a miraculous recovery from Bradley next season to give us 45, 50 games next season. It won't.
How
It
many
won't work out.
games has Martin Fernandes played in the Portuguese league? Can someone tell me?
He's been injured this. That's a good thing. Can you check?
Has he played 150 games?
No, I don't think he has for Porto. And I know that's what we go by. I know that's what data suggests that we go by. But this is why we need some mods, that to help us with this kind of stuff.
What's Bilal doing, man? Tell him to get on Google and.
How many games has Fernando Martinez? He's played 18 games this season in the league.
Look at that! Look at that!
Yeah.
Why did you ignore that comment?
So
he is
a right back. I really like.
Ask him 33 games.
Ask
him 33 games.
That's all he ever played.
He's only broken
That's all he's ever played.
He's only broken through, yeah.
33 games. You want him to play right back? Oh my God!
Yeah,
Ask him who would be your dream choice? Don't say Trent. Do not say Trent now.
I absolutely love this guy. I know he's had his injuries, problems, but I think
you're gonna say Livramento.
Yeah, I love him. The perfect balance between control and aggression, and attack and defense. I think this guy's got everything. He can play on both wings as well.
Your dream right back.
Dream right back.
Ask him, do you not like Pedro Porro?
He's got a Bozo gene in
wait, can I just say something?
He's decent.
Go on. Wait. Who's this Cambiasso? I've seen about 5-6 people mention his name. We've never spoken about him. Go on, Abby, give us the lowdown, because you probably mentioned him in 2016 when he was 5 years old.
No, but I have got a name right now.
Oh, have we got 200 likes yet? Abby, what do you think of this lad?
140.
How's his move been?
He's the inverted one, isn't he? He plays.
Yeah, he played for the Dutch in midweek, didn't he?
No, Getrude. No, is he available on a free transfer?
He just made that move, didn't he?
No,
he
he's
made a
been
big move
for quite a while. He's won the league with them, no?
Didn't he go to Milan or someone?
Oh, he might have joined them mid-season. I don't know.
I don't know. Can someone check for us?
There's a Billy might know this, guys. Michael Coyote of Fiorentina. Let me know what you lot guys think of him. Again, I don't want credit for this one, but another name that's just popped up, Michael Coyote. I think Hakimi would be brilliant. Yeah.
Well, he's not gonna come, is he? But I guess you can still mention him as a dream signing. Billy says
Michael Coyote of Fiorentina. Cambiasso, I don't know. The only Cambiasso I know was Esteban Cambiasso for Argentina.
That's Santiago. Yeah, I got mixed up with him. That's
They
bought the striker, didn't they? Yeah.
Oh, Getrude is at Leipzig, though, apparently.
Yeah. I watched him for half an hour.
I think he's at Fiorentina. Is he at Brentford now?
What's this?
My bad. Michael Coyote. He's a right back. Apparently, he's supposed to be really good. Oh, he's at.
Gertrude, Avi, I watched him against Nico Williams, and probably it's a harsh way of analyzing him, but I just didn't like the rigidness in Gertrude's one-on-one defending. I thought he was a bit flat-footed.
He's not one for me. Koundé, I get the Koundé shout. He has been playing right back for Barcelona a lot, but he's a centre back by trade, and a very good one at that. It'll be
a very good right back.
I think maybe you guys are right. Maybe there isn't a great sample size of right backs. Oscar Munguenza.
I did tell you. It's not a great market.
He's a good player. My bad, Billy. I thought he was like Fiorentina, so my bad on the Michael Chiesa. Vanderson.
What about this Vanderson?
Yeah,
What
he's good.
about Wesley? That's another name.
That's a Brazilian.
Yeah.
Not seen enough of him. Harvey Elliott, quick one, boys, before we go to the bomber. Harvey Elliott, are we all in agreement that he could be leaving Liverpool this summer? If the right offer comes in? Chine?
Choti, if the offer comes in, I think he's off. I think this season's proven to us in terms of what Slot thinks of him, if he's going to fit his system, the way he wants to play. I don't want him to go, if I'm honest. I've seen him play, come on, and make an impact every time he's come on, most games. And he makes an impact. And I think if you look at his record in terms of goals and assists, it's been fantastic. So it's a bit of a hard one to take, Avi, if I'm honest. I know you've not been hard on him, but never really rated him to an extent where you thought he was going to make it.
Can you get a bloody toothpick?
What are you doing, Avi, man? I just seen you. Like, come on, man.
We've been doing that for half an hour.
Yeah, what are you doing, man?
No, what are you doing, Avi?
Okay, carry on.
Oh, he's speaking and you're doing... Have some professionalism.
This almost like a gag reflex. Bas karo yaar. Listen, Asim, Harvey Elliott, quick one.
Look, you set that up for Cheen and you sat back and you expected Cheen to say, Avi, I have to give you your flowers.
You've been hard on him. You've been hard on him. You naughty.
He set that up for you, man.
You naughty, you. God.
Cheen, he set that up for you. He set that up for you.
Listen to me. I mean, listen, he doesn't deserve flowers today. I think he's mentioned about 100 names on the show. Yeah, I'm sorry, but today he's just, I can't give him any flowers. He's giving me 100 names. What do you expect me to do? I've already forgotten half of them already.
Abby does not anticipate. He doesn't really. Asim, quick one, because I do want to wrap it up. Harvey Elliott, go on.
No, joking aside, Avi, the way we press, the way we are, the way that number 10 is integral to the physicality of this team, the balancing act, I've been calling it as our number 10. Harvey Elliott is clearly not trusted. Now, does that mean Harvey Elliott is not a good footballer? He doesn't have a role at another team, or even cannot be a squad player? He'll probably be given a choice, but he might have that tough conversation. And Slot has shown that he's got the bottle and the ruthlessness to just tell it how it is. And if he sees a number 10 come in, then he might have made the decision for him. Yeah, you have to commend his attitude and his mentality. I can remember Jordan Henderson had that chance to go to Fulham under Rodgers, and he said, "Look, I want to stay at the club." It might be a similar situation where Harvey Elliott has been given. I don't think he'll be given a choice, personally speaking, because of what happened. We were having these conversations in earlier part of the season, and we said, "Look, I said, look, he doesn't fit into this team. Why? Because of what I just talked about, how that number 10 is, and also on the other side, Avi, in a Premier League side, you can't have two small fellas in the team. You can't have McAllister, who is the brains and the catalyst of this Liverpool team, and then have Harvey Elliott on the other side. It just doesn't work. Even if he wasn't an integral part of the press, it just doesn't work in terms of physicality. But the thing is, can you create an environment for him? Yes, but we don't have that left back. We've been just talking about Frimpong and Kirkes, playing for us next season. If you have a Calafiori, a Guardiol, and Ake, you can start creating an environment for a number 10 to play in those central areas and say, okay, we're going to keep the ball for you. You just do your thing on the edge of the box. But Liverpool are not that. They don't get enough control in a game, especially on the big day and in away games. You see how many away games we've struggled in. But can he be that player in deeper areas then? A ball circulator, a Bernardo Silva. Can he keep the ball in those areas? I don't think he can. So if he can't play and instigate the press from the front and get back in because he doesn't have the legs and the physicality, and he doesn't have the ball circulation as a Bernardo Silva, then where does that leave you? A role off the bench, which he has. And to be fair to him, whenever he's come, he's shown that he's got the attitude and the quality. To be fair to him, he is a chance creator. He gets, he's not afraid to try to make that pass, and the stats don't lie. But he just doesn't have enough minutes. And if the manager doesn't trust you and he's not giving you enough minutes, then my attitude to that is, I'd rather get the 30-40 million pound for him and bring someone in to support Szoboszlai. Go on, Harvey.
If we're gonna bring someone in, then to replace Elliott, if we need a creative outlet, I think I know what you're gonna say. I think the name you're gonna say. I think I know the name you're gonna say. and slowly but surely, that player is actually winning me over as well. But go and say it.
No, you say it.
Ryan Cherky.
What I would say is
he's winning me over. I tell you where it would work. If he's prepared for the first part of the season, not first part of the season, but like during game, if he is playing off the bench rather than starting game.
Of course.
You go with Szoboszlai and then you bring in like a Cherky against a low block. If we're struggling to break through the lines, you bring that little ingenuity, that little creativity, that spark. And I tell you the difference between him and Elliott is he's a little bit more what would you say? His posture,
arrogance?
His build is he's a little.
Oh
bit
yeah.
He's got that
frame.
builder vibe. He's got the frame. He's got the frame where Elliott doesn't, and he's got a bit of acceleration in him where Elliott doesn't.
Gina's nodding. He don't like him,
bro. And it's not that I don't like him. He's a decent player. Don't get me wrong, but if we're gonna go and bring in somebody who's gonna actually
his numbers
challenge, we need to challenge. Avi, listen. I've seen his numbers. He's got very good numbers. Both feet, amazing. He's got amazing feet. Very, very good player. He's a good player. And the release clause in terms of this fee, fantastic. It makes sense. You're gonna get 40 million quid in from Harvey Elliott, and you probably selling what is I think is about 22 million. You're gonna get him for even less than that. Makes sense. But Asim, I don't want to see Ryan. I want to see if we're gonna go for it. We have to go for it. We can't be like.
Who would you go for then?
Asim, you go for the big boys. You go for
the
You go for Morgan Rodgers. You go for them type of players. And say, you know what? You have to go for them, Asim. You're bringing in you just bought in 40 million quid.
But the reason why I only say that,
Gibbs White.
Gene, only what I would say is, Gene, I'd rather go and spend the bulk of our budget on a Nico Williams and try to go and save that money. Because obviously the ideal situation is go get Morgan Rodgers and go get Nico Williams.
But
we might have to compromise on the number 10 a little.
Okay. One second, let me speak now. Your Sudokov, you've been speaking about 6 months. I don't care about him. Right? The left winger. You're going to get that money in anyway, Asim. You're going to sell Luis Diaz.
We need to get Isaac as well. We need to get Isaac as well.
Yeah, that's Darwin Núñez, Saudi Arabia, man.
60 million, 70 million, let's see.
Yeah, and you get rid of Diego Jota if you have to get rid of Cardone. If you're going to do make a proper play of it, you're going to have to spend quite a lot of money this summer. You can't be moving around and say, you know what, these guys.
Okay, you want Liverpool to get. I agree with you. I absolutely love Morgan Rodgers. The way he
it's a good shout. That's a top shout.
Morgan Rodgers. You want to get Isaac. You want to get. Give me a right back quickly. Let's get Frimpong. Release clause 35 million.
No. I want to go. I'm honestly. I think I want to go sign Aina. I'm sold
Aina. Okay. Aina. Yeah. Morgan Rodgers, Isaac, Aina. Who's your left winger? You wanted Liao, didn't you?
I wanted Liao.
How much is he going to cost?
You know,
how much is he going to cost?
Just because I want him to sign him. Just because I want him.
Listen, hold on.
I'm going to sign him.
Chris is looking for new contributors. You're going there now. You're full time with this call.
Listen. Just because I want to sign
how
a player,
much is he going to cost?
Mean we're going to buy the player. 80 million.
How much is Liao going to cost?
80 million.
75. So
Liao
is exactly. I don't know where this Liao is coming
from.
Give him.
Look. Ideally, everybody knows. Ideally, Asim, I've always wanted Gordon. Everybody knows that. I have been on the Gordon train for a long time. So if we could, that's not happening now because he costs too much. He was the one player I wanted. Yeah,
Gene.
Obviously.
You're gonna get Kirkes as well, yeah. Gene, Kirkes. So you bought Morgan Rodgers.
Wait, boys, hold on.
What did he say?
Hold on. The man of
what did he say?
It's a reset. Huh or no? Reset. Huh or no?
I give you that
no,
one.
Ah.
Look, I said I wouldn't give you your flowers, but today I give you your flowers. You said reset.
It's a
I
reset.
give you the reset.
Oh,
I
no.
give you the
Change the
reset. I
title.
give you the reset.
Change the title.
I want one answer from Gina. One word. Ha or no?
You were right. You were right. You were right. You were right.
We're changing the title. It's the big reset.
It's the big reset.
Reset.
I
Listen,
give him.
Avi.
Look, I give him his flowers today, and I said I wouldn't.
Avi. Let me just get this. To Gene, you're gonna get Rogers, Isaac, Aina, Liao, Kirkes. Who else do you need? Like
Listen,
we need a centre back.
I know we do.
Okay, Hoyson. How much? Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
So
That's
Morgan
it.
Rogers
That's it.
is gonna cost what? How much? 80 million.
80 million. Bro, I think I'm playing champ manager, mate.
Isaac, I'm putting 110 million.
Go on. Let's work this out. Go on, it'll be fun.
Aina 0. Liao 70 million.
70 million.
How can you say Aina 0 signing on for you? No.
No, come on, Avi.
Mine is mine. Look, he's trying to bulk up my money here. Look,
Yes.
he's a clever git.
Kirkes 50 million.
40 million, I think.
No, Punjab. Yes,
Well, give Riya Sahab,
All right,
give
go
out.
for Punjab then.
Punjab.
Give it Punjab.
Hoyson, what's his release clause?
50 million.
50.
50 million.
Who was
Okay.
the first? Who was the first one to confirm that?
You. Isi pen pulli mugi ge day. 100. It's true. We fucking ran out of flowers. All right, Gene, who are you gonna sell? Nunes, 70 million. I'll give you.
Yeah,
Diaz, 40.
70 million. 60. 40?
No,
You're having a laugh.
70 million.
60. That's
Avi,
60
Gene,
million.
no,
Avi, Diaz ain't going less than 60 million.
I'll give you 50 million.
55 done.
I'll give you 55. 5 million for his dad. Nunes, Diaz, who else he selling?
Jota.
Then you need another striker.
Yeah, but they're done for me, innit?
No.
Got
you have to be
Chiesa.
realistic.
I'm
We
telling
want 6 attackers.
Yeah, Jadon Duns.
No,
Got
come on.
Cody Gakpo, Salah,
No.
Isak.
Then you're gonna
Chiesa,
complain about depth. You can't
Liao.
have Dan's. You can't have Dan's and Chiesa, Gene.
Chiesa. Yeah, we got Jota as Gakpo, Liao, Isak, Salah. How many more do you want?
All right, Tiga. All right.
Chiesa, Smith.
Jota, how much is Jota gonna go for?
40 million. You'll get somebody paying in the Premier League. They'll pay 40 million for it.
All right, I'll give you 40 million. Who else are you selling?
I'm selling Simicas, 15 million.
10 million. Yeah.
Yeah, I've given you plenty.
I'm
of
definitely selling Joe Gomez.
Endo.
Hoyson's in. Hoyson's in. Listen.
Endo.
Hoyson's
What are you
in.
gonna get for Endo?
Bendo.
Dog, 20 million maybe.
Yeah.
20 million. 20 million. We ain't selling. I said, we're not going to spend. Dog's going to pitch you 20 million.
All right, Dog.
Harvey Elliott. 40 million.
But you haven't bought you bought Morgan Rogers.
Yeah, we all about I bought one, man.
All right, this might look a bit realistic now, I think. 40 million. Who else is selling?
Joe Gomez, because we bought Hoyson.
Yeah, but you still need then you need 2 centre backs.
Kwanzaa, Hoyson, Kanate, Van Dijk. That's 4 centre backs.
Yeah, I don't like Morton. Okay, I'll give you Morton, Kumas. All right, let's add this up first. I was never good at maths.
Kelleher.
This should have been a Sunday show. This should have been a Sunday show.
Kelleher.
Yeah, no. All right. Yeah. Maybe look.
Can I say something?
We'll do it as a separate show.
The club
You've
are
done that for
confident.
20 minutes and not going to give me my fee.
No. I think it's realistic.
I said the club is confident of raising up to 300 million this summer.
Gene, gross in terms of your expenditure was 350 million pounds.
Not bad. Within the lines, Gene. Within the lines.
And then you sold 70 million, 130.
Who's 70 million?
Nunes.
Saudi.
Diaz, 50.
55 I gave him.
Elliott.
125, 165.
Kelleher, Bendo.
170,
Morton,
190. He bought in 230 million pounds.
God, Gene. Monopoly, here we come.
There you go, mate.
He spent 120 million. He spent 120 million. Not bad.
Look at what
We didn't sell.
that'd be a,
I think the club.
But 120 million plus tie down Salah and Van Dijk.
yeah, that's standard, isn't it? Asim, I
I know,
can't.
I know,
You
but
just
FSG
Trent's wages have come off. Trent's wages have come off.
Asim, have you added? Did you add Harvey Elliott in that?
Yeah, I did.
Tyler
Dork?
Morton,
No, I did.
Ben Doak,
I added Dork, yeah.
Lewis Kumas.
I didn't add Kumas.
So this
Oh, that's 15 million. Idhar udhar.
Jota 30 million.
I gave Jota
Yeah,
40 million to him.
No.
Prem Cubs will pay that, Avi. Trust me. For Jota, people will pay dog because strikers are scarce, man. There's no strikers out there.
Atik says if FSG ain't spending 120 million pound net, bhuli jao.
Yeah, listen. If we ain't spending 120 million pound net, we might as well shut shop and leave now, mate.
We might as well close the
That's the
channel.
simple truth.
No, we can't shut the
Close
shop.
the channel
That shop's getting bigger. We can't shut the shop.
Well, how many likes have you got? How many likes we got?
Oh, faith playing.
Well, we
here
missed
we
2
go.
super chats.
Yeah,
This is why you never host.
Jed Spence would be my pick. Thank you, Ash. A regular
152.
of the channel and a super, and he's a super member as well of the channel. Jed Spence would be my pick. More complete than Frimpong, going both ways. Also, HG. What's that? HG and I think homegrown.
Also,
And
Oh,
also
yeah.
homegrown. I think Kirkers and Spence would complement each other.
How much would Jed Spence be? He won't be cheap.
45.
Not going to be cheap, mate.
How much did they buy him for, Gene?
They spend around 25 million.
Yeah,
I think it was more than that, maybe.
he's been there for 3 years as well. 2
Yeah.
years. Hold on, guys. Ismail Akram, Madrid wouldn't spend a penny if he extended. That's a good shout as well. Kibria, order, don't piss Gina off. Hassan, having that 15-year-old kid from Arsenal. Wow, yeah. Max Diamond.
Oh, but
What's
you're not into Sarib now. Chill out, yeah?
Avi, that 15-year-old, what did he say?
He's a gem. That Max Diamond, that Messi guy.
Oh, is it our own Hassan?
Yeah,
It was,
Hassan.
wasn't it?
Hassan.
Bloody hell.
How many likes have we got?
I don't know, Gene.
150 something. John, 160. Sorry, they deserve it now. They deserve
Chalo,
it.
it's a lot
They
better.
deserve it.
You two both mute yourselves because when I have to give it out, I don't want to stutter. Because if I stutter, it means that people are going to say, "Oh, look, see, he's making it up." So I don't want to stutter. So back in 2022, we did inquire, and it was an ambition attempt to talk to the family of
Gene, be professional, you're out. Straight face, man.
yeah,
Come on.
Pablo Guevara, known as Gavi. We did try for the player back in 22, and respectfully, the player wanted to stay at Barcelona. He
Chup
never-
kar, yara.
The player.
You mentioned Gavi.
This is what I mean. This is what I mean, isn't it? This is what I mean. This is what I mean. How can I go on? What's the point of going on? What's the point
Avi,
of
don't leave.
replacing the people?
Avi,
Have
don't
liked,
leave.
people have liked the channel because of this.
Avi, don't leave. I want you to carry on, Avi. I believe you.
Gavi. Now, Barcelona. We know their financial situation. They missed. They not missed. They went to court this week. Joan Laporta, obviously, who's back as their chairman, their owner, whatever, came back and they've been overruled again, and they need to raise funds very quickly in the summer. Frankie de Jong being one of them. They're looking to sell and whatnot, but obviously his wages. Now, Gavi is one who's kind of struggled this season.
Gene, look at that comment.
Look at this one. Gavi is one of those players.
Comment of the day.
1 minute. Gavi has been one of those players who has struggled to make headways into the team this season because of his injuries, ACL. But he is one of those players who has extended this season as well. He extended in January or December. He actually extended till 2030. But there's a lot of talk now that he will be back on the market this summer. And they're looking at 40 to 50 million, as low as that for a player of his talent. Yeah. And we will be ahead of the queue as soon as if we get the chance to pursue talks with Gavi again, we will be ahead of the queue for Gavi, Barcelona midfielder.
Where are you gonna play, Gavi? Where are you gonna play him?
I think he could do that 8 role, Asim, 8-10 role instead of Szoboszlai, or play in that role. He could also do the McAllister role as well. I think our thinking has changed after the PSG game, Asim. about what we're kind of looking for in the summer for midfielders.
Right back. Avi, any concerns?
The
ACL?
ACL is always a concern, but Pedri had a nasty injury as well, and he's come back and he's the creme de la creme again. Gavi, I think he always needed 2 years to come back, but this season he hasn't really made big headways into the Barcelona team, but he's a talent that I'll take tomorrow. Gina, Gavi?
Sorry. Look, I'm not having a. Sorry. Look, I'm actually being serious. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin your bomber. I actually didn't mean to ruin that bomber. But Qasam, you're pissed tonight. You really are. There's something not right with you. I know you. I know you're 9 day. You're on day 72 or something. You must be on right now. But Qasam, you are talking out of your ass about Gavi. You really are. That is a load of crap and a load of cap at the same time. You know, we signing Gavi, man.
Order. I said order.
I said Adoni. There's a limit.
But he's saying, Avi, Chin,
limit, man.
Chin, he's saying,
limit us him.
But he's saying, look, order, we're already in Gavi's court. But thingy, he's saying they've got financial problems, Chin. So isn't it?
One second. They've had financial problems for 10 years. Yeah. However long it is, this is not happening yet. Come on, man. You're actually taking the comments should be swearing at him because this is a load of tosh.
No.
The biggest load of tosh I've heard. Anyway, look, honestly, Shukra, look, is right. Shukra, we didn't say get Lamine Yamal as well. They've got
selection.
Come on, man.
The one supporter I expected has even gone against me with this show. I think all I can say is off the channel when we're in the WhatsApp groups and on the channel and on Twitter is just final words will be just wait and see. That's all we can do. If there's no Gavi to Liverpool news this summer, if there's no Gavi news to Liverpool, I will actually call myself the clown. I'll dress up as a clown. Whatever you want me to dress up as, I'll dress up as the Eggman, Egg Timer, whatever you want me to be on the show, I will be. If there's no Gavi to Liverpool, if the Gavi news is true, which is a big if, which is not even an if.
Why is it a big if?
In terms of Gina.
All right, okay.
I don't want anything. I don't want flowers. I will give flowers and I will personally invite he's not a journalist, he's a commentator who I know very well, who's covered Spanish football. I will invite him on our show, who will give us a lowdown on Gavi. That's my promise. That's on God's promise as well. Amrish,
ask him.
The ITK Mondays are having a bad reputation, yard. Grizz and chips are killing us. Okay. Avi is Indy Kayla. Is this the guy that says Uncle Don? Faraz Saab, I am. Thank you very much. Grizz is elite, so is Avi. Avi, are there any deals in place? Muju, I can confirm it won't be Gilliam Balagay. But I do know him very well as well, Gilliam. I know him very well. But guys, that's it. That's been a great an hour and 38, you know? And you probably got about 5 minutes of airtime.
Well, alhamdulillah, Avi, your Gavi news lightened up my day. Because I'm not like that. I was shell shocked when you
know what, Gene? In a funny way, I believe him.
You believe him?
That was a good pitch. That was a good pitch.
Yeah. Avi, to be fair, Avi, I have to say, that is what you call a bomber, if it is true. But it's not true. Avi, so it's not a bomber.
Avi, do you think Avi?
Ousmane Dembele had Gavia. He's what DP recently. What's that?
Double pivot recently. What?
Osama?
All right, okay. Avi, do you think you'll break the internet in the summer?
Look, I've just said just wait and see. Either I'm dressing up as an egg timer on the show come summer, or...
But Avi, what I would say, it can't be an absolute shite report. Like, I don't want to throw anyone down the gutter, but a rubbish outlet. It has to be someone half credible.
I'm going to tell you two boys straight off in the studio of who gave me that news. And Gina,
No, that's
I would,
fine.
be-
That's
I would
fine.
be surprised if Gina doesn't back me up on Twitter tomorrow. I would be shocked.
I ain't backing you for Gavi. I don't care who it is. That is just
Avi,
you know what? That's-
I'm
you're living
risking
in
my
cloud
own
cuckoo,
credibility
man.
here, Avi.
Wild things stick with me this summer. People laughed at me, by the way. People laughed at me, mocked me, insulted me, personal jibes, called me fat man, Batman, whatever, when I said the great reset. Just wait and see.
Yeah.
Guys, this has been Born and Red. Make sure you've liked and subscribed. It's all love. Everyone that's observing Ramadan, Shukriya, Mubarakah. Monday, Tuesdays, big days for you guys. Make sure you lot eat well. Oh, Shahab Qureshi is going to do it for me. Just tuned in now. Hope you boys went to Taraweeh. Also, clip this for the future. Avi is having a laugh for sure. Chalo, theek hai.
I believe him.
All right,
I'm
guys,
with you, Avi.
we will be back on Sunday. We will be previewing the Everton game, Merseyside derby, and Sarib will be back in the building as well. Guys,
Avi, I had a bomber as well for the.
Oh, for crying out
No.
loud, man.
I'm going to give
Customer,
it
you
to
are
you
pissing
on
me off
Tuesday.
now.
I'm going to give you on Tuesday.
no, why can't we have it now?
No.
Why can't we have it now?
No, because I'm waiting for clearance.
He's waiting for Liverpool to confirm, and then he goes, "Boys, I knew."
No, man. No. Look at that. Look, Avi, today was all about Gavi. I believe you. I'm risking my own credibility here. So you better come through now. There we are. Look at Classy saying Asim's a fraud. I'm more of a fraud for backing you, Avi, but your pitch was brilliant. Your pitch was brilliant.
Asim and said, "Go make a TV. Avi is way too much." Chalo, theek hai.
No, I believe Avi.
That's a nice name, actually. Delawar. What a name, Delawar. It's a nice Punjabi name.
Don't you judge players by their names, Avi?
There's a bit of a thesis that goes into all that.
Is it? Okay.
Just remember, boys, when we're talking about Barcelona, remember the first person to break the news about Lamine Yamal, youngsters from Barcelona. Just remember that, and wait and see. Chalo, boys, love and leave you. He's been Born and Red. Thank you. Can you do the outro now? Thank you very much.